What's up, guys? How's it going? Well, what do I have here? I have some homemade zombie killing swords. So you can never be too sure if the zombie apocalypse is going to happen. So you want to have some protection against those zombies. When it comes to zombie attacks, you want to protect yourself. So basically, I've built myself here a zombie killing sword. This is a 10-pound sword, and it's built from scrap metal. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I put this together. Tons of people are building these swords like this, and they're actually really easy to make. Unfortunately, you do need a welder because you're going to need to weld the blade on. So if you have a big, huge zombie, then you might want to use this one to take out a leg. So basically, you've got two in your arsenal here. And get some steel like this, even from a hardware store. You could even Home Depot. You could get a piece of stock to use for your blade. So this one here, this is just 3/16 inch. So I've had the steel laying around for a while, so it's rusted, but that gives it a good look, I think. And I don't really care about that. It's pitted, but it doesn't matter. So to put the sword together, unfortunately, you're going to need a welder. You're going to need an angle grinder, maybe a sawzall to cut the metal, depending on what metal you're going to use. Now this one here was built out of 3/16 inch stock. So the handle here is actually transmission parts. So lots of people are using them. They look cool. You have that gear effect. Definitely would hurt a zombie if you hit someone with just the side of this would do a lot of damage. So this sword here basically would break bones. This is a bone breaker of a sword. All right, so this is the second sword, and it's a lot lighter than the first one. And this one would be great for quick attacks. The zombies are coming. You can slice them up. Unfortunately, it's not hardened steel, so this is just a prop. But it might protect you. You never know. You might be able to knock a couple zombies down with this. So I've used the same metal on the other sword, but just half the size, the blade. And I've put an angle on it. So this one here, you have a lot of zombies coming. You're probably going to want to grab this one because then you can work quick with this one because it's a hell of a lot lighter. The other sword is ridiculously heavy. So, so let's go back in time and I'll show you how I built them. You want to source yourself an old transmission, and you're going to take it apart, and you're just going to get all the gears out of it, all the parts that you want. So basically I have some input shafts and output shafts here. This was out of a front wheel drive. This was actually out of a 1990 Firefly transmission because I had so many of them laying around. So might as well just, gut them out and let's get the parts and build something with them. So I'm going to use this one here. So out of this piece of 3/16 inch steel, I'm going to then cut out my blade. So basically, I'm going to cut this piece in half. Alright guys, so I'm just going to cut it with the Sawzall, and I have a new blade on there, so let's see how that cuts through this. It's very mild steel, so... I have the blade in position, basically where I want it, and I'm just using the box steel to give me that ability to get it vertical. So basically, I'm just going to throw a weld across and I'll weld it now. I have the machine on min 2 setting and wire speed about 6. I'm going to try that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap that weld out and I'm going to go over it again because we want to have a nice thick weld. So basically I'm going to, tap off the slag and then I'm going to weld it again. Alright, so I don't recommend putting a blade on it, but I'm going to put a blade on it anyways. Alright guys, I have some chrome spray paint here. I'm going to see what that looks like on the handle. I want to try this out. Oh, not bad. More gray than anything. Alright, I have a piece of maple here, hard maple, so let's see what this thing can do. I'm going to get whacked in the face, I think. Alright, so we have a computer here. Let's see what this thing will do. That would do some damage to you. Well, did a little bit of damage. You can see if that was a zombie, it would have hurt. Alright guys, well there were the zombie killing swords, and hopefully the zombie apocalypse doesn't happen. If it does, well, at least I have some swords to protect myself. Maybe you guys will throw some together. The likelihood of it happening is pretty slim, so, you know, I'm just joking around. But anyway, it's good for protection. Maybe your neighbor pisses you off, and you have this in your hand. He's not going to come around too much if you're holding one of these. He might get the message that you're not, you know, not wanting him on your property or whatever. So, you know, they'll come in handy one way or another. Well, thank you guys for watching.